Hi developers, welcome back to the React 19 Plus Laravel REST API Full Stack Masterclass series. This is episode 14, and if you have been following this series till now, congratulations, you have already crossed one of the most difficult parts of full stack development. In the previous episode, we successfully handled server-side validation responses, field level error messages from Laravel, proper UX feedback in React. We handled success and error messages as well, and also we added auto hiding alerts using use effect. So at this point, our frontend and backend are already talking to each other perfectly. But there is one big missing piece, that is authentication. Right now, any user can call our APIs and we don't have any identity of logged in user. There is no security and no way to know who is logged in into the system. So today in episode 14, we will fix that. We are finally moving into real authentication using Laravel Sanctum and token-based authentication. This is where your application becomes production ready. So let's recap what we have done so far. We created registration API in Laravel. Then further we created login API without token. We added server-side validation in both APIs. Also we added React error handling in the front-end side and UX feedback and messages. And we implemented a clean API communication between backend and front-end. So we can say we built the complete foundation, forms, validation, backend APIs and error handling. Now we move from public APIs to secure APIs, and that starts with authentication. So here is what we will cover in this episode. We will start from what is authentication. Then we will compare session-based versus token-based authentication. And we will talk about why token-based authentication is needed. Then in Laravel side, I will introduce Laravel Sanctum for having token-based authentication. Then we will go through the installing and configuring Sanctum in Laravel. Further, I will generate a token in login API so that when user will be authenticated, that user will have authentication token. And I will return that token in the login API response so that we can consume that response in the front end and we can store that token on the client side. And we will prepare for protected routes that we will see in the next episode. So this episode is divided into two parts. First, we will understand the concepts, then we will implement everything step by step. So let's start from what is authentication. Authentication simply means proving who you are. When a user logs in, the system must confirm, is this user really valid? And without authentication, anyone can access APIs. Also, the user data is exposed and application is unsafe. So authentication is mandatory for real applications. Now we will talk about session-based authentication because in web applications, mostly we use session-based authentication for handling user data. So this is the old way. The server creates a session for us and it stores session in memory. And further this sends a session ID to the browser in order to validate the user. And on every request, browser will send cookie and then server will check that session. So this works for Blade or PHP application, but it fails for APIs and React application. And that's why we have token-based authentication. In token-based authentication, server generates a token. Then that token represents user identity and the frontend stores that token. Then that token is sent with every API request to the backend for getting other data based on that user. So here server only checks is this token valid, and this is perfect for React mobile applications, APIs and scalability. Now we will see a quick comparison between session versus token. So in session-based authentication, server requires memory, but for token-based, it does not need any memory in order to capture that. Session-based authentication is not API friendly. Okay, So that's why we use token-based authentication, and the modern JavaScript framework or libraries supports token-based authentication for having single-page application. And the session-based authentication is not scalable and it is not a modern standard. So that's why we use token-based authentication for API and for having single-page application. And this is exactly why modern applications use tokens. And that's why we are going to use Laravel Sanctum for having token-based authentication. Now we will talk about why Laravel Sanctum. Because apart from Laravel Sanctum, we have other library as well, just like JWT and passport authentication. So Sanctum is a lightweight, secure and perfect for React plus Laravel combination. This provides a clean authentication, so we won't have unnecessary complexity in that. Now let's quickly jump to the code editor and we will install Sanctum. So I have navigated to the code editor. Here in the left side, I have this React 19 application, and here this is our Laravel backend application. So previously we created this register and login API in Laravel backend side, and here in the frontend side, I have created this login component and I have consumed that login functionality API response. Also we had this registration component, okay? So now if I will navigate to the browser, here we have this login form. From here we can log into the application. We added this functionality to switch between components. As of now, we have not introduced React routing. So that's why I have added this functionality in order to switch between login and register component. So if I'll click on register, from here I can navigate to the registration form component. And if I'll click back to the login, I can switch between login form component. So from here, I will try to log into the application. So this user is already registered. If I'll click on login, this returned response from backend as user authenticated successfully. If we'll click on network tab, here we have this login API call, and in the response, we received a status as 200, and in the preview, we have data, message and success as true. So in the same API, we have to return token instead of data, so that in the front end, we will store that token in order to make other APIs call. So let's check out the Laravel official documentation for installing Sanctum. We will search for Laravel Sanctum, and here we have official documentation of Laravel 12. I will navigate to this, and you can check out this introduction. This is Laravel Sanctum, which provides a featherweight authentication system, which is a lightweight authentication system for single page applications. And this is best suitable for mobile applications and simple token based authentication applications. Here we have this installation steps. So we can execute this command in the command line in order to install API route and alongside Sanctum in Laravel. If you already remembered, in the last video, we already installed API route in the backend, because previously in Laravel, we don't have API route inbuilt, okay? So in order to have this, you will have to execute that command php artisan install API. And when you execute this php artisan install API command, this will install API route alongside Sanctum. And by default, in api.php route, this has added one route with middleware auth Sanctum. Now we already have this Sanctum installed because we installed API route. So if I will navigate to the database migrations, here this has already added this personal access token in which this will store the tokens. Okay, and this token will be linked with the user. So here we have this API token authentication. So after installing it, we will have to add this trait in the user model as has API tokens. So let's navigate to the user model. Inside models, we have user.php. And here I will add one trait as has API tokens. and this should be imported from Laravel Sanctum. This is done. Now next, we can create token for the user. So I will jump to the auth controller and I will quickly update this login function in order to generate the token for the authenticated user. So after checking the email and password validation, I have added this condition in order to check if the incoming email and password means credential matches from the database. Then this will go ahead, else this will return 401, which is not authorized. Okay. So here, if user credentials match from the database, then I will receive the user data. So here we have already returned this user data using auth user, right? So better I will capture this in a variable as user, just like this. And for this authenticated user, I will generate a token using Sanctum. So for generating the token using Sanctum, this provides one function as create token. So if I'll show you the documentation, here we have this auth user and create token function. Okay. From here, we can pass the token name, which will be a passphrase. Okay. And based on that given string, this will generate a token in the plain text format. So let's implement this. Here we will generate auth token using Sanctum. Okay. So I will use user data because here we are receiving authenticated user data using auth facade. So we can generate the token for this user using create token function, and this function is provided by Sanctum. Now in this function, I can pass any passphrase, which will be a string basically. So let's say I will pass a random text as React application because I'm going to generate this token for React application. You can provide any text inside this, and this token type will be plain text token. So I will use plain text token. Now from here, this will return a token. So let's put dump and die here. Okay. And I will just set null as of now. Now I will navigate to the Postman in order to test this API. So previously I was making this API request. Okay. Now let me enter the correct password here. If I will try to resend this API request, in the preview, this has returned this token. Now let's capture this token in a variable. So I will use a variable as token, and I will return this token here instead of data. So I will pass one more key as token, and I will return this token. As of now, I won't pass the user data here in the response. So I will return the authentication token in the response only. And in the React side, I will capture this token and I will store this in the local storage. Now, if I'll navigate to the Postman again, if we'll resend this API request, here we received this authentication token. Okay, so this is done. Now let's handle this in the React application. So I will switch to this React application. In the login component, I will check this API response. So here, let me collapse this. So here, after this success API response, here we have this success block. So here I will store that token in local storage. So I will use localStorage.setItem function, and inside this I will pass one key as token, and in the token we will get the token from data.token. So in the data we are getting the data which is JSON response basically. Okay. Now let's test this application from React side. So I will make this API call. Okay. I have entered the email and password. I will click on login. Yes, we have logged in successfully, and I will navigate to the application tab in order to check the token. So yes, in the local storage, now we have this token stored. Okay. So that's it for this today's episode. In the next episode, we will protect this APIs using middleware, and we will create one more API in order to fetch the profile data, which will be authenticated user data based on this token. And there we will restrict the access, and we will build authenticated routes as well in the backend. So this was a very important episode. So if you understand token-based authentication, you have already crossed a professional level milestone. So if this video helped you, like this video, comment your doubts and subscribe to the channel, because the next few episodes will turn this into a complete production-ready authentication system. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.